Hey guys, this is an over-explained video where I'm doing my best to share my thought process when making decisions. It's my first time doing this type of content, so I'm happy to hear if I missed any important things you would want me to explain in the future. Enjoy the video. It's time to go into yapping mode, guys. Oh my god. Alright, let's start our over-explained run. Okay, let's do it on the easiest core, because Armored Core is really strong, but it's like harder to explain because you can do a lot of different stuff on this. I think Burn Core is like very straightforward, so it's a good way of doing an over-explained run right now. I think as a new player, picking this core and then just buying a lot of small items, like it's a very easy way of playing the game. So, all right. So you start with picking the core on Dooley, and then you get to choose 3 options. Like in this game, most of the times you choose between 3 options. So the only thing you need to learn is picking the best out of 3 all the time. Here's a shop, right? So we got weapon shop, where you buy weapons. So all heroes have different weapon pools. So this is like Dooley weapons only because I'm playing Dooley. The monster loot shop is a little bit weird in this patch. If you buy monster loots for 8 gold and you sell them afterwards, you gain your 8 golds back. I think it's broken right now, kind of. And this option here, you usually get like 1 shop and then a random like special event. I don't know what to call it. And then you get like a free choice also. So right now we have nothing on the board. So we probably want to get something to put on the board. Weapons are not super good for my build, but I'll go in there to show. Normally you would want to go into a shop. This is probably gonna be gone.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more.
So what we want to do with this core, we can read the core first, I guess. When you use any item to the left of this, charge this 1 second. So what we want to do is just put a lot of items to the left of this to charge it. And then this will do all the damage for us. And burn, right? So the best thing to do that is either having a really fast weapon that procs a lot. Or putting a lot of small items. Like it could be like a medium item that is really fast. So it's like faster than two small items. Or it could be like just a lot of small items. So we're going for this small thing here. We'll not roll because it costs 3. It's normally not that good to roll early. This is the first time we go for a monster fight. Yeah, this will probably be added into the game too. Like you can see, like I have an add-on right now where you can see what the monsters have and what they can give you. But it will probably add it into the game in the future. So in the monster fights here, like the way you think here is how much gold do they give? How much XP do they give? Usually the gold you don't care about that much. XP you care about quite a lot, but the most important thing is actually how much, well, like what they give. So you look at the skills that they can give you, because when you kill them, something drops, right? You can get a skill or you can get an item that they have on board. So you look at what they have, you look at the skills, and you choose the one that fits you the most, like that fits your board the most, your plan the most. If there's nothing that you want, usually you would want to go for the highest XP reward if you can beat it. Like the first thing to think about is if you can beat it or not, most likely. Like that's the most important part. So we'll pick... we could go lighter here. We're fire. So that looks kind of nice. Since we're burn core, we want to get more burn stuff. Learning how strong these monsters are is just experience. If you're a player like me that is really greedy, you will probably go for the strongest monster all the time, and then you will lose a lot. But yeah, or you're just you're the other way. You're too afraid, so you will choose the easiest monster all the time. But then you have to learn to go for a harder one sometimes when you're strong. So now we have a shop here again, and here's a skill vendor. This is the first time that we see a skill vendor. And a free option. This option gives us 3 gold. So we don't really need gold right now, but skills in this game. Yeah, this is a good mechanic to teach actually. Skills in this game is a little bit weird right now. I don't know if they would change it. If you buy a skill in the early days, it will be a bronze skill. Like especially day 1, most of the stuff you buy is gonna be bronze. If you buy that skill, you will have a higher chance of finding the same skill when you go into another skill vendor. So bronze skills are usually kind of bad. So you don't want to buy bronze skills, because in the future, when you go into a skill vendor in later days, you want to find like gold and silver, or like, yeah, ideally gold skills. But since you bought a bronze skill of that version, you cannot find the gold skill of that version. In this game, you can only find the same version as what you already have to upgrade it, right? So sometimes, like most of the times, it's really bad to buy skills early. The only good skills early are the freeze skills, the skills that freezes when you haste, poison, burn, or whatever. So yeah, it's usually a bait to go into skill vendors. We'll go into this shop here.
People first, profit 10.
We want to fill our board with small items because we want to proc this core as much as possible, right? I can sell this to give it more burn. I don't have more board space. I got a level to get more, so I don't really like these. JJ sells all items, so this shop is like not the best to roll in. I'd rather save my gold here so I can roll in a better shop. The small items are really good.
You've just taken the first step toward good
So
taste.
this shop is like the perfect shop for us because we want to fill our board with a lot of small items. Okay, let's see here. So coolant, when it comes to like slow and freeze, I think those mechanics, like the mechanic of slowing and freezing, is better the later you go. Like early game, they don't do that much, but late game, they do a lot. So it's not super important to get these slows and freezes early. So I'll roll here. Got more burn here. This guy synergizes with this. They're both friends. And he has charge. So in this game, for example, this core, it will take 6 seconds for it to get used one time. But if it charges 1 second, that means it skips 1 second, right? And then there's another mechanic that is called haste later on. As you can find that. And let's go for this. Right now, when this gets used, this gets charged 2 seconds. You cannot overcharge though. So this combo is actually a little bit weird right now for us. This will get used every 5 seconds, and this will get used every 6 seconds. But it's because this is beside this will get used every 5 seconds instead. And it doesn't overcharge. Like this says charge 2, but if it's already, let's say it's already at 5 seconds, and then you charge, it doesn't charge 2 anymore. It only charges 1, right? Because it cannot charge into the next loop. It will not start at 1 second. So it will start at 0. Okay, we should probably put stuff on the right here because this can scale this. Let's go. They're asking if charge procs when you haste items. Yeah, charge and haste really doesn't have anything to do with each other. Maybe because it's like the same color. Maybe they shouldn't have the same color. Yeah, that's actually kind of confusing. Now when you said that, it's easy to confuse those two, I guess. Charge and haste. So here we got a shop again, and here we got a special event, and here we got a free item again. So this is all the game is giving you is 3 choices, or most of the time it's like 3 choices, and you just pick the one that you like the most, right? So we're gonna level soon. We have experience down here. As soon as I go into the next hour here, we're gonna level and we're gonna get more board space. So I can fit a medium item, but I mostly want small items with this build. So I don't really care about that much. I would say overall that going into shops is a tempo play where you try to get stronger, right? You try to make your board stronger. You spend money to get stronger, right? And these free options, or most of the times this special option, is usually a greedier play. So it could be like get more XP, get some, yeah, mostly get XP or get HP or something like that. And then we got a free option where normally it's quite a low chance of getting what you want, but it's free and you get some money, right? So normally the shop option is the most tempo, and the middle option is usually kind of a greedy option, and the free option is normally a kind of greedy option too. It depends though. We'll see. So Lost Crate is really good because you can get XP here for free. It's a very greedy option though, because we don't actually get stronger, right? We just get money and we get XP. You could say that getting more board space is getting stronger, but if we don't fill it, we're not getting stronger, right? So we have to fill it also. The course cooldown is reduced by 5%. So this will reduce 5% out of 6 seconds. We got scraps, and that's plus shield. If we sell these, we get money. So this is also kind of a money option. And this is poison instead. These are actually new in this patch, so I don't know if they will change that. But yeah, so I don't need to explain that much, I guess. I think I'll go for... so we have 10 gold. We have to look at how much gold we have. Do we want money? Do we want the cooldown reduction on this so that it goes off more often in the future? Let's take the cooldown option. Normally, if I want money, I usually go for the money options, but this is better for the future. So now it's at 5.7 instead. So it's kind of a greedy option. I will not get that much stronger now, but I'll get stronger in the future.
Come on in. Let's chat.
All right. So I will not go through the items that much, yeah, because they change, right? So it doesn't... I'll get a small thing just to fill my board right now. This is my first time getting an upgrade, actually. So sometimes upgrading is actually not that good. So spending 2 gold to get these stats might not be good sometimes. So yeah, don't always auto upgrade. It depends on if you really like the thing that you're upgrading. So yeah, don't just press it every time. Let's roll here. So yeah, the biggest reason why I'm not upgrading is because I don't really want to have this item in the end. Like, it's not a good item for my build. Right now I'm just filling my board with anything because we need to have something on the board until we find something good.
So, how about this weather?
So this one is good though. This is a ray. This is what we're trying to do now with this build. We're trying to get rays, but we want to get the burn ray, not the poison ray. This is a ray though. If we read here, when you use the core or another ray, your poison items gain 1 poison for the fight. So this also gets 1 poison. And the burn version of this is the same. It's just that it will give burn items more burn. So we want to get the burn version of this. And rays proc each other, right? Like when you use the core or another ray. So the more rays we have, they can start proccing each other. So we have to find those. Let's see here. So we got a monster fight again. So we're gonna choose here which one we want. So this warrior here, he gives us 5 gold and 3 XP. This one gives 4 and 2 XP. 4 gold, 2 XP. This is 3 gold, 2 XP. So I would look at the XP. I wouldn't look at the gold that much. But then we also need to know if we can beat the one with the most XP. And most likely we can't because this guy is really strong. And I will also look at what they drop, right? So we look at their skills, their items. What do we want? I think I want to go in here. So we got the dog. Huh? So this guy drops a lot of money. Like if you get the dog or if you get the temporary shelter is a large item, so it will sell for a lot too. Dog sells for a lot. I think they're both silver, but yeah, this is stuff that you learn later. So here we got silver tier items. That's good. Jungle Ruins is another greedy event where you can choose. I think it's health and XP or XP. So usually greedy option here, and here's a free option. I have 7 gold. I can sell the dog, so I have money to go into the shop, spend some money. These are not really good options, so I'll roll. So here you have to make sure that you have enough money, right? So medium silver items cost 8. So if I roll, I'll go down to 4. But since I have this dog, I can sell it now. I have enough money to buy a medium item. Small items will cost 4 instead. So let's hope we get something good. All right, got a small item here. Oh, actually, yeah, chat noticed something, and that's true. So what we actually want to do, what we wanted to do here, is leveling up because we don't have space on the board. So if we count this here, we can see that we're getting 1 XP for every hour here. If I went into the other event to get 1 extra XP, wait, would I actually get there? Let me see. I'm not sure now. Let me see. Yeah, so we would level to 3 if I got the extra XP. Actually, I got another extra XP here, so this is perfect. The game is kind to me. So you want to look at your XP and how many hours there's left in the day, and you really want to level usually if you can in the beginning of the game here in the early days, so that you can get more board space, right? And more board space means that I can put these in. Right now we can't really put anything into our board. So this is perfect. So even though this shop might have really good stuff for us or something like that, we would rather get more board space to put more stuff in. So we go in here, get 1 more XP. So now we can actually put stuff in on our board. I'll put that here so that it scales. This one needs adjacent friends, right? So I kind of want to have this on this side to trigger this. So we can upgrade a bronze tier item. We got burn here. Upgrading is more than the burn right now. I'm gonna upgrade the ignition core here. So this is 3 burn. If I got the burn option, I would get 2 burn. Let's see. Yep. Alright, this pig has a beast of burden. That's gonna hurt. We might be good here. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, upgrading the core here. It gives the core 3 burn, and it also scales burn items to the right of it with 1 extra, so 2 instead of 1. Like optimizing board positions and stuff like that, I think people can do that by themselves. So I will not go into detail that much on that, because items will change and stuff like that. Cores might change, or like, yeah, items change. But yeah, the general logic right now is I want to have as many things to the left as possible to trigger this as much as possible, and then we can have something on the right if there's some burn stuff, right? So here we go again. Chocolate bars is HP. We got XP here for free. So these two are usually these two are free options. We can go into a shop to spend money to see if we can find something better than we have on the board, or upgrade something on the board. I'll go into the shop.
Reward the peaceful, punish the
Oh, okay.
warful.
We found like the best item for this build. So this is really what we want. Can take our time to read this a little bit. When you use the core or another ray, your burn items gain 2 burn for the fight, right? So looking at this, your burn item gains 2 burn for the fight. And then we compare it to the ignition core. Burn items to the right of this gain 2 burn for the fight every 5.7 seconds, right? When we have the ray, we don't really need to have things on the right side. Like, we would rather just proc this as much as possible so that this actually deals damage by itself and gives more burn to everything. That helps it proc more often too. So right now we can put everything on the left.
Good of all.
So there are situations where it's better to put things on the right, but the logic is to proc this as many times as possible, so this gets procced as many times as possible, and this. But yeah, this is not as important right now. I will not go through the items that much, so this one is kind of cool though, but... so I have 5 gold. If I roll here, I only have 2 gold. And I can buy a small item, but I think I'll save my gold here. You could also roll, but... Oh, we got another good shop here, so... Like, this is the best shop for us. So it's good that we didn't roll. Now we have money to go into another shop.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly concentrated.
All right, that's an upgrade. This is actually quite a good upgrade. This one is also... This one synergizes with our build, because when you use the core, slow an item, right? And we want to use the core as much as possible. When we use the core, this gets used. When we use the core, this scales. And this scales. So yeah, it's all about using the core as much as possible. So yeah, this is good.
Tell everyone you got it here.
And I can't roll here, because if I roll, I have no money left and I can't buy anything. So let's get out. All right. I don't really care about my poison that much right now. Yeah, let's not care too much about like optimizing our board. It's just play here. So we can get a Fiery Cutlass instead. So here we can choose like either like I think I can beat the hardest option, but it depends on what we want, right? As a, like what the most important thing is what you can get from them, like the loot and the skills. This one actually has a really good skill. It's called Rigged. At the start of each fight, haste 2 items. It's really good. So we can probably go here anyway. But let's say this option was not that good. Then I would look at getting burn stuff, right? Because I'm burn. So I want to do more burn stuff. I think the chance of getting Fiery Cutlass is probably kind of high. So yeah, that would be a lot of damage, but I'll go here. I really want the haste. So this fight can be really hard if you don't remove the shield because of force field.
The bazaar will go dark without me.
You deal damage equal to your shield. Oh, okay, we got what we wanted. So this is the reason why I went to this fight. I don't really want the other stuff that much. The thing that I wanted was this. Rigged. At the start of each fight, haste 2 items for 3 seconds. At the start of each fight stuff, like there's a lot of these type of things in the game that says at the start of each at the start of fights. they are really strong. At starter fight stuff is super strong. So usually we want to get those. Yeah, this skill is really rigged. All right, these medium items, I don't really care about that much. Normally with this build, there can be some good options here, but most likely you wanna, like, the easiest way of playing it is just put a lot of small items. We'll go for a greedy option here, get more XP. Rigged streamer luck. So we're still at day 3 here. This mechanic might change, but the loot options are still gonna be bronze, not silver, so they're not super good. But I'll go for a burn here anyway, because I don't really like the other options too much. It's also 2 gold. We'll give it to the core, because the core is our main damage dealer. Like, this is proccing very often. We can go into large items. There is actually one large item that we really want. We could do that. We have a lot of space here.
For me, this is top.
Okay, didn't get it. And in this shop you can't roll. But that might change in the future too.
Tiny Andy says I need to close the deal. Nah.
Alright. So, let's put this. I probably want to explain the chance of getting stuff. That's quite important. I'll do that on the next day. Oh, actually, chat has a good question here. What's the rarity distribution of the loot items you get from level up? So we're talking about bronze, silver, or gold loot items, right? So now on day 4, you will get silver loot items. On 7, you get gold. So when choosing between these events, like, this is actually the game. Like, this is the most important part of the game. Don't just pick anything. Like, this is like the most important decisions that you're making in the game. Every hour is super important to make the right decision in. So going into shops all the time to try to find things to upgrade your board is not always the best choice. You need to know what you can find, what you're looking for. Else you might go into shops and actually not want anything from that shop, and you're just wasting that hour, right? Where you could have gotten more money or more XP or something like that instead. So now when it comes to this comp, we don't really care about medium items that much. So going in here and, like, just looking at what she sells and then rolling, that might just be waste of gold and a waste of hour, right? So you can look things up. You can look at the item pool before you press this button. So there are websites for that. We can see the database of all the items. So yeah, that's really important to do. Let's say I would want to have some medium items. I would also look up how many medium items there are. So at day 4, you can find bronze and silver items. Kind of low chance of getting silver items. You can see the chances in the How Bazaar homepage also. And so you would look at silver and bronze items. You would look at how many medium items there are. And then you calculate if it's worth to go in there to look for it or not. And you also want to know if you want to roll or not. So make that decision before you press. Like, is it good or not to go in there? Like, will I spend this hour to go in there or not? So yeah, I don't care about medium items that much. I will go into, I'll go to the docks. The docks gives us some money. The actual items here, I'm not really looking for much, something special, I mean. So I'll just pick a tool here. Like, here in this in the docks you can get items for from any character. But yeah, knowing the pool of all characters is and remembering it is kind of hard. But one day we'll remember. So this one actually, it was actually a good one. We pulled a good one here. While you have shield, this items cooldown is reduced by 50%, so it can go down to 2.5. So this is a medium item, and we got a lot of small items, right? The way I think about medium items is I try to imagine that the medium item is 2 small items. Okay, this is 5 seconds, right? If the game ticks for 5 seconds, this gets used 1 time. Let's ignore the bottom part of it. So let's say this ticks every 5 seconds. We would need, for this to be better than 2 small items, the 2 small items would need to have 10 seconds each, right? Because in 10 seconds, this would get used 2 times, and 2 small items gets used 2 times, or 1 time each, which equals 2 times in 10 seconds also. So this takes 2 spots, right? So that's usually how I think about it. If we think that we have shield all the time, for example, with this, then it goes down to 2.5 seconds, and that would equal 2 small items that has 5 seconds in cooldown. So, for example, let's say Gamma Ray and Chris Army Knife. These 2, 5 seconds. That means they trigger 2 times every 5 seconds. And this would have to have 2.5 seconds to trigger the same amounts as these 2 do. So that's why small items are so good to just put here. Because they just trigger a lot more often than most medium items. Right now though, we have a free slot, so we'll try to fit this. We'll do that. I'll just fit it there. This option is normally not good, like borrow. I don't think I've ever pressed this button, but yeah. We got chocolate bars, that's health. I guess I can explain how I think about health also. Like the easiest way in any situation when you look at health is probably look at how much you have versus how much the health gives. So while I have, let's say I have 500 health and free chocolate bars would give me 50 health. That's like a 10% increase, right? So I'll get 10% tankier in a way, right? So that's an easy way to think about it. And getting tankier is good, right? But maybe in the future, when you have, let's say you're playing Pig and you have 10,000 HP, maybe 50 HP is not that much, right? So I think thinking of it in that way, in percentage way, is a good way of thinking about HP, when it's good or when it's bad to get it. We could also spend 10 gold to get 150. And if we get 150 right now, that's a huge increase in health. And we will get much tankier. So we could do that, but it also costs a lot. So it's all about balancing our gold, how tanky we want to get, versus how strong we want our board to be. And I think our board is actually really strong right now. So if I go into a shop, like the chance of me getting much stronger on the board is probably kind of low. And I'm kind of rich, 20. So I think the right choice here is to actually get more health. And I think I'll even buy this. Getting 150 health early on here will make me much tankier than most of my opponents. And that will help me win most of my PvP fights early. That and also leveling is good. Let's see if we can beat this guy. So this guy gives 4 XP instead of 3. This guy is like rarer. So sometimes even though they don't drop something that you would want, getting like a lot of XP is really good. And especially when it's like these. You can get like 4 XP or you can get 5 XP even. So I'll go for the high XP option here and hopefully we can beat it. All right, so we don't need the stuff from this guy. Like what we wanted from him was the XP. When you level, you get a lot of health and board space if it's the early days, right? But we already have full board space right now. We're also getting rewards here, so let's see. So it's day 4. We can get upgraded loot items here now. So the burn items that I got before that only gave 1 burn now give 2 burn, and they also sell for 2 gold. So it's like 4 gold and 4 burn here. That's crazy good. 125 HP is more than 10% of my health, so it's a lot too. But I think I want to get the burn right now. Okay, weapons. I'm not really looking for weapons in my build. I really want, like, this type of build is all about proccing the ignition core as much as possible, so that this one scales my burn items as much as possible. And for us to do that, we want to have fast things to proc this as much as possible, and we want to get haste so that we're even faster. Everything goes faster. We want to get and we also want to disrupt our opponent. So we want to slow the opponent, we want to freeze the opponent, right? So getting weapons, the only reason we would want weapons is to get more burn weapons or fast weapons to proc this. But I would rather just get like freeze and slow and stuff like that. Silver skills are really good, or they can be good, but it depends. It depends in the meta also, but what we're looking for when we go into skills is normally freeze skills. Freeze is super good in this game. So yeah, I think the best option here for me with my build is to go into skills. There is a chance that we miss, but we'll take the chance here.
If you want Brim and stomach, you came to the
So
wrong
large
place.
item, I will not use large items. Like this is shit. This is shit. This is shit too. Like we don't really care about these options, so let's get out. So the problem with this this event is that you only get 3 options and you can't reroll. So there is a high chance that you will miss. So you can look at the chances of getting something that you want on the How Bazaar homepage. They would probably add that into the game, like a database, so you can see like as all silver Dooley skills, and then you can calculate if it's worth going into the shop or not, right? Let's say you want 3 out of 30 silver skills. Is it worth going in when you see 3 options, you know? Because you're spending this hour to actually look at the shop, right? So if there's a really high chance for you to miss, or a very low chance for you to get what you want, it might not be good to go in. But it depends on what your other events are also.
Let's both keep learning.
So here we got medium and large items. I don't really need medium and large. Usually in these shops, you will most likely find mostly medium, because the item pool of large is very small. So the chance of getting medium is much higher. Sometimes you can find like small and large, and usually that shop is only small. So because yeah, the chance of like the item pool of large items are so small. So this is basically mostly a medium shop. Sometimes you get some large items though. We got 1 XP for free, and we got mountain pass. So XP is really good. I would go for a risky option here on the mountain pass. I can get 2 gold and 1 XP here, but I like to gamble. Here we can get a monster fight, and I really like monster fights, so rip. We gambled and we gambled and we got weaker than the other options, but it is what it is. Actually, I'll look at my notes also. All right. So we're getting into the mid game. This is day 5 now. I think we can start looking at our board and our game plan in the future here. So I will explain the balance between how much health we have versus our items that we use to slow our opponents versus freeze to freeze our opponents, and damage. So our damage source now is burn. So the more burn we have, the more burn items we have, and the more ways to like haste our burn items means more damage, right? So that's one way we can get stronger, more damage, kill our opponent faster, right? And another way is to get tankier, either deal damage or get tankier. And the way we get tankier is usually by more health or by disrupting our enemy, slowing and freezing them. So you usually want a balance between all of that. You want to be tanky and deal damage. Sometimes going all in on one thing is, or most of the times, going all in on one thing is not good. So let's say I would only focus on damage and just deal as much damage as possible, but I have no HP and I'm not freezing or slowing them at all, then I'll probably just die very fast, right? So being more tanky, freezing your opponent, slowing your opponent could mean that you actually deal more damage, right? So so you gotta balance that out, and it depends on what build you're doing, also, and what your opponent is and stuff like that. But the way I usually think is, if you can have 100% slow on your opponent on all their items, for example, that kind of means that you can deal 100% more damage in a way, because you have more time to do it, and or it could mean that you have 100% more HP, because they deal they use their items much less, right, when you slow them. So you really want to have slow and freeze. So let's see here. Crit skills, Curio, bronze tier junk items, and a small friend. Okay, what do we want? Here we could actually find freeze when we crit, but I don't really crit with this build. There is probably like maybe one or very few skills that I really want from this, so I think I'll skip it. I'll go into Curio.
Just close your eyes and grab something.
So we don't have a haste item right now. I really want to get a haste item in the future, so I'll buy this because I have a lot of gold.
Trash is tragedy.
This is super good. This will make my cool LEDs so much better. Like when you upgrade cool LEDs, you get 1 more second of slow. This is basically an upgrade on the cool LEDs then. So that's super good.
Sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
Reburn, that's super good too.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find a home.
All right. So here, it all depends on how much money you have, kind of. Like, is it worth to spend 1 gold to get 1 regen and stuff like that? It really depends on how much money you have and how much you want to save. I will not buy it this time.
Now that's a bargain.
The regen part, the easiest way to think about regen is how much regen do you get, or how much health will you get in 10 seconds, for example. So 1 regen is 10 health, right? And I mean, it's whatever, to be honest. Or it could be good. It depends on how long we fight. Actually, when I think about it, I'll buy it. Early on, it's quite good. Oops, wait. Oh yeah, we did the right thing there. We're selling this, we're not using those. We're saving this. I'll buy it.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
So poison on this is not important at all. Like, I'm not really a poison build. I just have this because, you know, we're filling the board. So I don't really care about that. I don't think that will matter that much. We don't need shield either. Okay, let's get out. We gotta speed this up, actually. getting late. Shield skills. There could be some shield skills that I want, but it's probably very few. The other options are not that good, but I'll go here. Low chance of getting something I want, but the other options weren't that good either, so... we don't care about these. Let's get out. And here we go with the monster fight again. We're looking for... First of all, I usually look at this option, if it's like a lot of XP or not. If it's 3 XP, then I don't really care that much. Then I look at what items I want instead. And this guy actually has good items for me. I want first aid, and that's a good item. I don't really care about the other ones, so let's go here. Let me see. So we're at day 5. We're getting silver loot items. Upgrading core, I think, gives us 3 burn. I'll already just roll the dice here with 3 loot items. When do you decide on your build? So right now, since we're playing Ignition Core, like the most straightforward way is to find Omega Ray, and as soon as you have Omega Ray, Ignition Core, you have your build. Like, it's basically Omega Ray, Ignition Core, a lot of random small items. And usually the small items should be like things that hastes for you, or things that slows your opponent, freezes your opponent. Yeah, stuff like that, so. But yeah, the builds and stuff like that, that would change with every patch, so I'll not go into the builds too much. We kind of explained the build already. Okay, I want to crit on the core, because the core is the one that deals damage. Alright, we'll sell this, we don't need that. We got tools. There's actually one tool that I really want. Actually, there are a few maybe that could be good. The one that I want the most is soldering. But yeah, we'll see. We'll go in there. Could get HP here also, but I'll take the chance here.
Well, that's up to you.
Okay, so here we got an upgrade again, and I don't really care about this upgrade. It's 2 burn, but like I have money, so I could do it. Like I'm actually getting stronger. Actually, I'm really rich, so I'll do it. But sometimes it's a waste of money. And it's like I'm not gonna keep this one, so it's kind of a waste of 4 gold. But since I'm rich, you know. So 150 health for free is super good. But we got burn skills, and we're a burn build. And getting burn skills in a burn build is really nice. So we'll do that. HP we can get in other ways. Getting skills is kind of rare, so you usually want to get skills when you can. Especially like burn skills when you're a burn.
I was born in a volcano, all right. I know my incendiaries.
So I think 4 burn on the core is better than like burn on everything, because the core will go off so much more, and like all of these things, like I will probably not keep most of them. So let's go.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
How many times in a second does burn trigger? 2 times a second. Every half a second burn damage triggers. That's core mechanics, I guess. That's probably another video that I could make.
Like my crew says at the bar.
Just
Another
core mechanics of the game. Yeah, so poison ticks once every second, and it doesn't like the poison damage doesn't go down, but burn ticks twice a second, but it goes down every tick. It loses 1 burn every tick, and poison doesn't lose poison. So I'll go for XP here. Like this event is free. It's 2 XP. It's quite good. If you're low on money, you could go for 3 small items and get a lot of money. You probably never choose the random diamond tier one. It's like 12 gold for like something that could be totally useless. So the choice, like sometimes when you choose the event, you can go for an event that could give you a big upgrade, but doesn't always give you a good upgrade, or you can go for an event that always gives you an upgrade, right? So usually going for the more consistent option is better, but sometimes you need to go to like roll the dice and get something so you get stronger. I'll go for reduction here, so we get faster on our burn items. How does it work when you heal at full health with poison? Does it remove 1 poison? I saw it decreasing, but I don't know the specific math. Yeah, so 1 heal removes both poison and burn. So if you want to remove poison and burn, you have to heal as fast as possible, not as much heal as possible. Like, it doesn't matter if you heal 1,000 or if you heal 1 heal. Like, you just want to do it fast, then you will remove stacks. Right now in this game, it's kind of hard to remove stacks. Like you like builds that try to poison you or burn you, they will poison and burn you quite a lot, and you will not keep up with all the stacks. So I wouldn't try to build around that much. Like you will get too many stacks. You will not be able to keep up. Had to weigh the risk versus reward. And let's see here. How do I get better at evaluating items? Like, I don't know if an item with a good effect is better than an item with a faster cooldown that charges my core. So the way to think there, that's actually a really good question. So do you want to charge the core as fast as possible, or do you want an item that actually does something, right? So the way I would think there is you look at your board and you see how much you charge the core right now. Let's say you come up with the number. Let's say you come up with number in 10 seconds, I charge the core 10 times. Let's say that's the number. We'll just make an example. Then that means if you remove one item, let's say the items are exactly the same. You remove one of the items, you will suddenly charge the core 9 times in 10 seconds. So you're removing that percentage of strength for something else, right? So is that other thing that you put better than what you're losing? That's how you think about it, right? And usually it's better to put something like freeze or slow or haste or something like that, you know? Usually it's better to have a better item rather than an item that triggers the core more, because most of the times you probably trigger the core a lot, and removing one item or removing a little bit of triggers might not be a huge deal in the total, you know? So what you gain is normally better in most cases. But that's how my board looks right now, though. I have a lot of small items, but let's say I would have like 2 large items, like that never triggers the core and stuff like that, you know? Then that's a huge deal, right? Like, then I don't trigger a core at all. Then suddenly, if I get an item that triggers the core a lot, that's like a huge percentage increase of triggers, you know? So yeah, I would think of it as percentage. How much weaker do I get percentage-wise? How much stronger do I get percentage-wise? And slowing, like I said before, could be a huge percentage boost if you manage to slow the opponent a lot. Percentage boost in tankiness or strength for you. That was a really good question. Thank you for that one. Okay, so we'll continue.
Cast aside your deathstruments.
I will not go into detailed damage. I will try to go a little bit faster right now, because I think we went through quite a lot. So we're just repeating right now, I think, on some stuff. Overall, my board is quite strong, but it's been like this for very long. So I kind of want to upgrade my board right now. I want to get a better board. Oh shit, am I losing this fight actually? No, we're not. We're good.
An endless fire.
Let me see. When you burn your weapons gain for damage. Oh, I haven't seen this event in so long. This is a rare event. Choose a free friend, upgrade a core, gain 10 max health, like that's crazy. Upgrade your leftmost friend. Easy choice, we don't care about these. They're not gonna be like, my friends are not gonna be on my board in the end. I don't need any friends here with this build. Let's go here. So upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. Like Omega Ray is our core item in this build, and we can upgrade it. So that makes sense to do. I'll do that. Usually the upgrade options are really good, so you don't really want to skip those. When do you visit a shop in search for specific items? Middle, medium for missiles. When do you visit a shop in search for a specific item? So if I know, so you kind of need to know the pool of items in this game if you want to make good decisions. So you will, like, as a new player, you will probably just experiment. You will just go into a lot of shops and you just read the items that that the shop is like offering you, right? But if you want to like rank up, or you want to like play really good, then you would have to know what the shop can give you before you go in there, right? And you would have to weigh like if the chance is high that you will get that or not. And you will also have to look at your money, if you have enough money to even buy the stuff that you would want, right? So you would have to know beforehand, like, I need this item. I'm gonna search for this shop because this shop has a high chance of me getting that item, and that's the shop I want to go into, right? You might not want to go into every shop because every shop might not even have your item, and some shops might have very low chance of getting your item. And when you just go into every shop, you're losing out on the other events, right? So there might be something that I want. Yeah, I want Aiden. So we want we can get Aiden here. This shop is kind of bad because you cannot reroll in it, so the chance of getting something is kind of low in these special shops. So yeah, you would have to learn that too, like which shops you can roll in, which you can't roll in. And obviously if you can't roll, the chance of finding something that you want is much lower. So yeah, now we haven't upgraded our board in super long. We really have to focus on going into shops and finding items right now. My board was really strong early days, but yeah, right now it looks so-so. What would be the items you're looking for right now? I really want Beta Ray. I don't really need a Gamma Ray. I want Freeze. Beta Ray gives me Freeze. I could get Coolant. It also freezes. I think Soldering Gun is really good for burn, since it burns 3 times every 5 seconds. We want Metronome for haste. Yeah, we'll see if we can find them. There's a lot we can upgrade with.
We've barely scratched the surface.
So this shop, oh damn, we got Soldering Gun. We just talked about it. Yeah, this is really good. This has +1 multicast if it's adjacent to a friend, and +1 if it's adjacent to a tool. Every 5 seconds, it will hit 3 times. So this is super good. If I put it beside this one is a friend and a tool, then it gets 3x at once. So yeah, that was a good one. I think this one goes off more than the bomb squad because of the charge effect that we talked about. I don't have a friend that goes off at 4 right now. So this goes off at 5 instead because of the charge thing. So let's put that instead. I could probably get out of the torch. We probably want to do that very soon. We'll see if we can find something.
Ah, you've just taken the first step toward good taste.
So we got coolant. This will freeze and cleanse half of my burn. The burn on me if the opponent is burning me.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Get that. GPU is not bad. The way I think about GPU here is it gets used every 4 seconds and it hastes the core for 2 seconds. So this silver GPU, the way I count this is that it charges the core 3 seconds or 3 times kind of every 4 seconds. That's the easier way of thinking about GPU. If we compare that to soldering gun charges the core 3 times every 5 seconds. So GPU charges the core more than even the soldering gun. So yeah, this one is really good if we want to charge the core a lot. But if we already have like a lot of haste on the core, then obviously this you cannot really count like that. But right now we can. Haste is like, no, not really. So let's say you haste for 1 second. That means, let's say we start at 0 seconds and you have no haste. It will, after 1 second, it will go 1 to 1, right? But if you have haste, 1 second haste from beginning, from 0, you will go to 2 seconds, right? Because haste is your items 100%. So it's the same as charging 1 second in a way. So yeah, that's a good one.
Remember,
We get that.
diamonds come in small boxes.
Oh, first Aiden. Okay, we got
Whoever
a lot of
said money
upgrades here.
can't buy
Small
class
item shop
neither.
is super good because we want small items, right? So we got 3 good upgrades in one shop. Like that's high value. Like that's what we want. All right, we can. I'm gonna play this also. Let me see. So we got a friend, but we don't have a tool. So right now I need Chris Army Knife in. Kind of want the coolant. I think I'll remove some damage for more survivability and disruption here. So most of my damage comes from the core proccing, and second is soldering gun. But yeah, like this is a small percentage of my damage, so it's okay to remove it. Yeah, let's sell these. I'm not gonna use them. And we can give first Aiden more haste. I'm gonna keep this most likely. Here. Okay. Okay, we gotta go a little bit faster. So I can get CDR here. I'll go for CDR. We want to get the core down in cooldown. Let's see. So here we got, like, Curio is really good. Curio is super good because we can find more burn damage, we can find CDR, but skills are really rare. So
Experience is
I'll go into the skill vendor. And some skills are just super good in this game, so you really wanna, especially after day 5, like day 6, something like after on day 5 you can find gold tier skills, but it's only 5% chance to get it, but you can still find it, and you're getting a higher chance of getting silver also. So later days it's really important to get skills. Let's see, these are not that good, so let's roll. Ooh, so we got 4 burn here. Yep, let's go for that. Getting a lot of burn on your ignition core, like it's really important. Like it's good to start with a lot of burn. Even though we scale a lot with the Omega Ray. So here we got like almost a 10% increase in health, which is a lot. We got cooldown reduction here. So that would be more damage. So I think I'll go for cooldown reduction here, because it's harder to get cooldown reduction than health. Like we can get health in many ways, but cooldown reduction is hard to get. Right, it's a little bit harder to get. And the more like this gets exponentially better. Like the lower cooldown you have on the core, the better every percentage actually gets, right? Let's see. I'm kind of rich. I don't really need an upgrade on the soldering gun. There might be some tool that I would want, actually. I'll take a look.
A bad craftsman blames his tools, but a good one.
Upgrade is not important. Battery. So I could switch the Chris Army Knife to a battery here, because Chris Army Knife is only there for a tool right now, but he doesn't do anything. So the battery is better.
A bucket saved my life.
So I'll sell it.
You just never know.
So I have a friend, and I just need a tool, and right now this is much better. All right. Let's go.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms. You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Because it's kind of late now. I'm going for HP here, and we have a lot of gold, so even though this is not like super big percentage-wise, I mean it's quite a lot of HP. I have a lot of gold. Medium, we don't need that. Medium large, we don't need it. Temporary boost is just temporary. Here is like just mostly money, so I'll go for temporary boost so that I have a high chance of winning the PvP fight. We can go for heal, or we can go for this. So actually heal might be more health in the end. Like, will Aiden go off 5 times? That's the question. Maybe, maybe not. Let's go for max health. I like this one because of Rapid Thaw, the skill. So I'll go there.
Come to steal my potion, filthy beast.
Let's see.
I didn't think this was possible.
The coolant is near from mirrors. Freezing. Yeah, free beta ray you always want. Like, I would rather have beta ray here instead of gamma ray, but I haven't found it. Coolant is good even though you're not versing a mirror, because it freezes, right? Like, you want to get as many ways as possible to disrupt your opponent so that you have more time to burn, right? Like, the more you slow or freeze your opponent, the tankier you get and the more time you have to deal damage. So here is like super good options though. Like, health is super good, upgrading an item is super good. This shop is okay, but yeah, we're always upgrading here.
That's a fine piece.
We're going for... let's see. It's most likely the Omega Ray here. And more damage. Sometimes it can be like upgrading. Like, let's say my Beta Ray was bronze. If I had a Beta Ray, then I would probably upgrade a Beta Ray. Because like getting more freeze, like we said, freeze and slows and stuff like that is also ends up being more damage in the end. And we could also do Aiden, but it's not as important. Like we can find haste. I think I'll go here. I'll go more damage.
I respect loyalty, but Kev's not here.
So we got skill vendor here. I'd rather go. So this shop is really good. Small, large. It's mostly small, and I want small. But this is a skill vendor. They're kind of rare. We really want to get skills. 2 burn. I don't really like that. This is 10% more HP, so that's quite good. Also, yeah, I think I'll explain it again. Like if you buy a skill, you will have a higher chance of finding it again, like an upgrade for it. So, but this is bronze, so the chance of me finding a bronze skill again is probably kind of low. But I'll get this. 10% more HP is a lot.
My skills are not weapons. A blade can prove guard.
If I upgrade the core, I get some burn. We can go for CDR here again. We can go for health. I'll go CDR here. The early CDR that we get is not as strong. The more CDR we get, the stronger it gets, right? So now we stacked quite a lot, so it starts to get better and better and better. All right, let's go. Shouldn't the core be on the left? No. Most of the times your core should be to the right, like furthest to the right, most of the times. The only... If I didn't have Omega Ray, I would have to put the core like this if I didn't have Omega Ray. Because then it would be... The only way to scale this damage up would be through the core. So I would have to do this. But right now I have Omega Ray, and Omega Ray scales more than enough. So we just want this to go off as much as possible. This is actually my real damage dealer here. Like, soldering gun is just my secondary one, you know. Okay, let's see. What if battery has the same CD as the left adjacent item? Will it have an effect or just perish? If it has exactly the same cooldown, that's actually the best use of it, usually. But right now, if you look at this, battery has 4-second cooldown, and this has 4.7. So when I don't actually charge 1 second. I only charge 0.7 seconds. If it was 4 seconds here and 4 seconds here, then I would always charge 1 second at least, right? But the next time around, it would be weird. So it would be like first time, it would be both going off at 4 seconds. Next time, soldering gun would start at 1 second. So it would be faster than this. So yeah, it depends. Like and also it depends on what tier your battery is in, how much you charge. But yeah, you can easily do the math there. We can go for more burn damage. I think I kind of have enough damage. I feel like I want to look for better skills. I want to get like freeze. You really want to freeze your opponent. Like, that's the most important. So even though burn there is really good, getting freeze would be even better. When you freeze haste the core, I don't freeze, but this one, when you use the core haste an item for 4 seconds, like this is like one of the best skills that I can get. Like it's up there. So I will use my core so often in this build. Like, it's all I'm doing. Like, I want to trigger the core as much as possible, right? And so my items will get hasted like crazy.
I do not teach violence. I teach
You do freeze though? Yeah, I freeze with this, but it's not that much. Like normally you would want to have like a lot of freeze skills. Yeah. And you also want to have beta array, right? But yeah. Okay, so we got Curio here. We got chocolate bars. It's like if it's 10 gold for 150, that's not that much right now percentage-wise, and we're not that rich anymore, so we have to be careful here. So we go Curio. Sell this.
You see landfill? I see buried treasure.
One burn for
It's been sitting there
1
20
gold,
years,
because you get 1
waiting
gold
for
back.
you.
That's good. And go for
Trash
HP
is
also, sure.
tragedy. Reuse everything.
And let's roll. Go for 5 heal on this if you want. I'm not that rich though. Like I don't really want to spend that gold. Cooldown is good.
Ah, that's
Slow is super good. Alright. Bam. 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 Alright. Let's continue. We look at what we want, and usually if we want nothing or the chance is low to get some like a small upgrade, we just go for the highest XP option. Yep, so this LED is basically this LED stats is the same as a diamond LED stat now. So we have a silver LED, but because of Curio, it looks like a diamond, or like the stats are like a diamond one. So yeah, Curio is really good for Dooley. You kind of have to look at you have to manage your economy a lot. Like you have to, like, don't be too poor, don't be too rich. Like you want to be in the middle, you know. Like think of, let's say you would get like skill vendors, Curio, like all good shops like in a row, and like all skilled vendors in a row. Like you would want to have, you wouldn't want to be out of gold, right? Because you want to get all the good stuff. Sell this. Yeah, be careful with the gold. We don't need medium items. 3 gold is not that much for an hour's event. I'll just go temporary boost here so that we have a high chance of actually winning next fight. And we can upgrade. I still haven't found a beta ray, which would be really good to have. So if I upgrade the core, it's just more damage. I could upgrade the battery, but that doesn't do anything. Aiden will give us more haste. This is a hard upgrade. I think it's coolant. I want to freeze more, I think. We're kind of hasting a lot now with this skill. I'll go coolant. Right, small items.
Salutes the brain. Mind is highly
Oh!
concentrated.
And we found this upgrade too. So now we're up at 4 seconds. Metronome, we don't really need it. So crypto is really good to buy, but I'm lazy. Yeah, but you should most of the times buy it. If you're really poor, you might consider not to do it, because then you cannot buy stuff after. All right.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Oh yes, Argent. That's a good point. Yeah, you can upgrade. When you level up and you get like upgrade a silver tier item, your leftmost silver tier item, you can actually upgrade a bronze tier item too. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, I'm getting a lot of skill vendors here actually this run, so I really like that. That's good. Oh my god, look at this. When you use the core, haste 2 items for 4 seconds. So right now, like this skill alone will probably give like the whole board haste. This is actually nasty. Let's look at the fight. The next fight. Yeah, this is how good skills are. Like, if we would want haste on our whole board, with items instead, we would probably have to spend like 3 slots. Right now, this skill is just giving us all the haste, so we don't need to spend 3 slots. Like, it's so good. So my money is getting really low here. I have to be careful, but this shop has quite a high chance of getting, yep, beta ray. That's what we want. So gamma ray is out. I could keep it, but I mean, I might. Let me see. We're not hasting the core now, right? So this is when you use the core haste items. I don't know. It could haste itself also, but yeah, I'll keep this for now. It takes time for it to haste the board also. So in this fight here, this guy, this is something that you have to get used to also. This guy is anti-freeze. He's freezing and he's anti-freeze. So you don't want to have any freeze items on your board when you verse him. So be careful with that. So when I verse him now, I'll do this and I'll remove this. So I'm not freezing, and then I'll go for him.
Clean, cool, professional.
Poison ray better than battery. Battery is a tool for my soldering gun, so I need a tool and a friend adjacent, right? If you want the add-on, go into my Discord. I have links there and information how to install it and everything in my Discord. When you freeze, your shield items gain. Okay, I don't have shield items, but whatever. Okay, so we got 5% CDR here, or we can go for 3 loot items. I'm low on gold, so it's really important to go loot items then, because you also get a lot of gold from this. You can also high roll and get even more CDR. So we'll go here. Okay, I high rolled. Look at this. So I got 9 here and 6 instead of, and I got 12 gold. Like, this is a huge high roll rather than just getting 5 on this, right? Like, this is so much more. We can wait with selling them. Like, we can see if we can find Curio that can make them better. Go here, go here, go here. Oh, we got Curio here, actually. Let's see. So we can find knee brace. That would make the CDR items even better. Let's see if we find it. So there's an item that that increases increases all my items on the board with 1 second. And if I can find that, let's see. We didn't find it. But yeah, if I had that, I would put it on the board. Everything would be slower, and then I would sell the CDR items, and then the cooldown would go down even more than if I didn't have it. All right, so we got this again. Super good. Like, our coolheads are gonna go up to even higher than diamond. We got this, that. Wow, these are really good. Like, Curio is crazy good for Dooley. Okay, I'm low on money again. Okay, we didn't get the knee brace. We can sell now. I think it is better to sell like the high CDR item first and then lower later, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the math in this game. I think it is like that. So we don't need weapons, we don't need medium items. I'll just take 3 gold here. Like, there are some good things. Actually, like 3 is not that much. I'll take a look. Wait. Do I? 1. I could remove this. I'll take a look.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find
This
who
upgrades
does.
this. Quite expensive. I think the core gets like 3 burn. I'm not sure. You can look it up on a homepage, but I'm a little bit lazy to do that now. But yeah, you should. And 16. It's actually 8 gold to upgrade this. We could do it. It's a PvP fight next. I'll get money.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
Okay, it's 3. It's probably not worth like 8 gold for that. Maybe it depends on how much gold you have, right? But I was kind of poor. I don't think it's worth. Order you apply reduction don't matter. All right. Order. It's pretty cool that you're a top 30 player and still say I don't know a lot. Yeah, even when I was top ranked in Hearthstone Battlegrounds, I was really unsure. The thing is, you guys know about Dunning-Kruger effect. Usually the people that are really confident about stuff, they probably don't know that much. You know, the more you know that you don't know. So yeah, I think if you're actually good at something, you would probably have this attitude, like you like a learning attitude. Like you're not that confident. You know that you're good, but you also know that you have a lot to learn, right?
Why does Nufu set himself apart? We Sphinxians must work together.
When you use your leftmost item, haste an item. Like we have even more haste here.
I have seen such talent once before, and it bloomed into a Dira.
All right. We put this over here because this one actually charges every time another ray or core gets used. So this one goes off quite a lot. And then when this goes off a lot, then this goes off a lot. Lefty loosey. All right, I have like no money right now. So yeah, the chance of me finding something and actually being able to buy it is quite low. I will not roll. I will take a look though, because 3 gold is like usually not that good. I could find a silver item, for example, and we have money for that.
I suppose you'll go buy a weapon instead.
All right, let's just go here. Oh! All right. We were poor. Now we're not poor. That's 50 gold. All right. Let's see. So we got burn. Let's go burn here. More burn damage. Oh my god. Did you guys see what I saw? More haste and charge. So I guess we don't have enough haste.
It comes from beyond the body.
I mean, getting more haste is good because we don't really haste our full board at once. We want to haste it as fast as possible. At the start of each fight, haste your burn items 2 seconds. That's okay. I mean, it's good, but it's not. It might not be as good as this one. First time you freeze each fight, haste your items, all of my items for 3 seconds. Let me see. I don't have like any start of fight freezes or something like that. So this could be better, because maybe after a while I just have haste on everything anyway because of heavy machinery. Yeah. Yeah, so it's probably like a close call on these. I'll go for this.
Space and time are only suggestions, and we can ignore them.
I'll just, like, I'm too lazy to go gumballs now, and gumballs don't do that much for me, so I'll just go here. Alright, last fight. Let's go. Also, what have I missed, guys? It's the last fight. It's the end of the video. What else can we explain before we end this run? What if I don't get burn core? You're fucked. I have videos of the other cores. We also have Discord where a lot of high ranked players chill in. You know, you can ask questions there. You can see tier lists. You can see people talking about the meta and stuff like that. So you can go into the Discord if you want to ask questions. You can look at my YouTube videos or other cores and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys liked this. I don't know if I did it in a good way or not, but it's our first time. I can do it again in the future. And if you guys have good feedback or anything, if you have stuff you want to learn, I'll do it next time. So yeah, just drop the feedback and I'll try to do a better one next time. That's it for this stream. It's late. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out, and yeah, follow. Help me get monetized on YouTube. I think I'm close to 500 subs now. I need 1,000 subs to get monetized on YouTube. So help me with that. Join the Discord if you want tier lists and guides and stuff like that, or if you just want to meme around there. I'm kind of active there, so if you want to talk to me there, you can do that. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.